Hey guys, and welcome to the Modcast. I'm Zeed. I'm sick today, so sorry for my voice. And I woke up; it was just horrible. But I have with me here either Medusa, who we've talked to before, and Rob Mod, who's in the bottom there. Um, Rob is the, I want to say, manager of Modified World.
Not manager, global director is more so the title if you want to follow anything like that.
There you go. And Eva is the creator of Mudwell. So we're going to have a few discussions on what Modworld is and what it's doing and how we can get involved and all that sort of stuff. So just quickly, from one of you two, what is Modworld?
Okay, look, Mudwell is essentially, we're trying to educate people that just because somebody looks different doesn't make us bad people. I mean, there's all forms of body modification. Something as simple as, people cutting or colouring their hair to painting their nails, through to having subdermal implants or, gender reassignment surgery. All different modifications on this one great big spectrum. So it's all about understanding, really, in the end of the day.
Awesome.
I totally agree with you, Rob. Understanding, in my eyes, is the key here, because I believe that when someone understands something, they're able to maybe accept it a lot more readily. When, without understanding, they wouldn't. And I kind of don't blame them, because if I don't understand something, why should I embrace it? So I think that understanding it's a two-way street. That's what I feel. There is a lack of understanding of each other on each other's part, mainstream society and the modification world. So we need to close that gap, and that's what Modworld's about. And like Rob said, and we're going to do it by showing the world who we are as people, as normal people. We go to Walmart, you're going to see us go to Walmart. That's what we want to show you, and that's our goal.
From what I've seen of people at Walmart, that's not anything to claim about.
The people that I meet, it's just incredible. There is I think about 99% acceptance and support of people, customers from Walmart. It's interesting, because over the years, I've been kind of looking at in my head, what segments of the population are more accepting and which ones aren't. Walmart is, as opposed to maybe, Nordstrom's wouldn't.
Yeah.
They've seen some freaky stuff. They're used to it. So what is Modworld doing? Are we just putting out education, or is there steps we're taking to make sure that information gets out there?
Well, we are taking steps to make sure that the information is getting out there. Right now, because we are still at the baby stages of the new mod world, we're taking some of the old mod world, some of the elements of the old mod world, bringing them into the new mod world, such as our internet radio talk show, our YouTube channel, and other things along those lines. But we right now we are on Facebook. That's where we're starting. We have a website in the process of being built, and we're going to be on the World Wide Web pretty soon. My goal is to reach out and touch all segments of society. I think we need to reach out and educate society at all levels, from children who see tattoos and piercings and people who look cool. By the way, those kids, my message to you about that is sometimes it's cool not to be cool, because sometimes being cool will mean that you're going to get hurt yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So, things like that. We're going to be reaching out, really being proactive, and doing something about something that we feel is a problem in the world. and that is the lack of understanding, the lack of acceptance, and the blatant discrimination against modified people in the workplace and other places just because they have visible modifications. This is the year 2013, people. We're not in the dark ages anymore. Let's move forward. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. To carry on from what Ava was saying, I think we're really lucky to be in an era where social media is such a powerful tool. So as we were saying, like Facebook is a really, really good place to start. Then you've got Twitter, all these other things where, you know, I think the big thing about social media, one of us can say something and then someone will come along, hey, look, I agree with that. And with the click of a button, they can share it. And that one person sharing, they may have, say, 500-600 friends. Even if 10% of them see that post, there's another 50 or 60 people who may not have necessarily, you know, known what we do. They've suddenly seen it now. It's like, hey, wow, this looks interesting. And out of that there, if 10% of them, so another 5 or 6 people actually come through and look into it more, that's you know, if we do this that's only got one person, I should say. You know, if we can reach 1,000 people, just imagine how many, you know, like viral people are going to get coming back and hearing about us. You know, it's just an exponential growth from one person sharing something, you know, sharing that one ideal.
That's exactly what we are going to do, and I'm saying that with clarity because there is just no way about it. It's not something that we want to do. It's something we're going to do.
How could people get involved with Mod World? What can any average person do to be involved?
From my perspective, it's very simple. We start with ourselves. Each person take a look at themselves and see what they're doing or not doing, and then ask yourself, what am I doing to make a difference so that the Mod World message can be heard and be accepted? Am I part of that? Am I part of the change that is happening, or am I a bit on the sidelines wanting to make for that change to happen? If I feel that if we don't do something to bring the modified community into a positive light out there in society, no one's going to do it for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, well, look, we're not asking people to go, you know, spamming everyone saying, hey, you need to do this. It's a case of just, that one person can make a difference. If, you know, if they go down to the shop and they see someone who looks, you know, who they're different, they may have subdermal horns, facial tattoos, you know, not looking down on them, you know, just thinking, well, hey, you know, they still eat each day, they're going to wash their clothes, they sleep, they have a shower, they pretty much do everything I do, but they just look that little bit different. You know, if anything, by looking different, it makes us more honest because we can't just blend in with the rest of the crowd. You know, without us really thinking about it, where every single modified person is a spokesman for the modified community because they look at us and they judge us based on our actions. So what it is, it's just getting those other people who may not be modified. They may have nothing at all. It's just getting them to think, though, and not necessarily go judging. Or if they see someone else who's judging someone who's modified or teasing them or giving them a hard time, walk up and say, hey, look, you know, there's really no need to be doing this. You know, just trying to get other people to open their eyes. Even you can even do it in a really sort of, I don't want to say passive way, but in a more relaxed, non-confronting way. It's like, look, do we really need to be giving him a hard time?
Well, that's a good point. I really don't think that, because I see a lot of things like on Facebook, posts. For instance, that one post that where someone said, oh, someone made this group and they're taking pictures of modified people and the name of the group is called, in one word or something like that, describe this person, and they're making fun of the modified people. There's 7 or 8 different photos in there, and I went and put my comments in there. But I had to take a step back and look at this and say, okay, this is a problem. And it's one of the problems that we face as a community globally, that we have hatred like this coming to us. There's 2 ways that we can solve this. We can scream and shout and call someone names, or we can say, you know what, let me go to this person and let me try to see if I can change their mind, if I can educate them. And part of that is going to mean that we need to be patient and realize that people need a little time to understand. They can't just look at you and say, hey, I'm a good person, like me. And they're going to go, oh, yeah, girl, you got it, we're BFFs. So we have to be willing to let society be comfortable enough with us.
Yeah, it's going to be a gradual change. As you said, unfortunately, it's not going to happen overnight. But by having it so it takes us longer to achieve it, when it does start moving, it is going to move. It'll be, once again, not easier. When it starts moving, it will be a gradual thing, but it will pick up steam, just like anything sort of, it's hard to get something moving at first, but when you do, it becomes easier as more people come on board.
Right. Now, beyond the individual, from the discussion that we're having, the individual making a difference out there in the world, and what Rob said so beautifully, each one of us represents Mudwell. Anyone who's modified represents Mudwell, and how people see you, how you behave out in public, the things you do, the things you say. When someone looks at you, do you say hi, or you say, what the F you looking at? There's two different ways to treat people, and the hi will get the person to come and talk to you, while what the F you're looking at is going to get them to maybe, be even uglier to you, or ugly. That's why modified people need to really step back and say, I'm going to be part of the problem or part of the solution. And that's, we need people like that.
So do you think it would be a good idea for people to go to the Modified World page and maybe share their experiences with either discrimination or helping someone, or helping themselves get out of discrimination? Just sort of as a way to raise awareness of it?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, and you brought that up, because people do need to feel comfortable and to know that the Facebook page is there for them. It's not just there for us. It's for everybody. We have a separate group page where we do all our working and our, brainstorming.
Like the behind the scenes, you could almost say.
Mm.
Yeah. But that public page is there for everyone. It is for Modworld. It is for the modified people. But it is also for the non-modified people, because Modworld is not exclusively about modified people. It is a 50-50. It is two worlds, mainstream and the modified people, world. Two worlds, we need to make it into one. And that's what Modworld is. Modworld stands for a modified world.
I actually dropped for a minute there.
I know you did, mate.
So last bit of discussion was lost, but we're back.
Alrighty.
Right on cue. Someone wants to bring up a point. Nope, not gonna get it. Awesome.
We don't have our website up and running yet, but it is, and the reason is because the people who are make up the Modworld team, the working group, it is an exclusively working group. It's not there for people to socialize and share their pictures and talk about last night. That's the other page. This is a working group only.
Unless you King Ty. He shares a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But we would like to have more people join us in our group and become part of the workforce, become part of the force and the power that goes out there and drives and propels the ship out into this ocean of the world. But we need people from all over. We need people from every country in the world. Right now, Modworld is being followed in 55 countries around the world, and we're going to increase that in time as soon as we start rolling our programs. But we need people to join us. We need people to stand up and be our heroes.
Cool. Anything else you'd like to just chat about? Because I think I've asked all the questions I wanted to ask.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I, we've been saying for a while, we actually, here in Australia, want to start doing some public speaking at a lot of the schools and the high schools and that. Not just about the mods, but more so about discrimination. because, you know, that is a large part of what we're doing, but they can also bring it into other parts of everyday life, because everyone, regardless of who you are, has been discriminated against. And one of the things that really does upset me is the discrimination within the body modification community. You know, like, oh, this person's only getting a tattoo or a piercing because it's trendy. You know, they're only getting their tragus pierced because everyone else is doing it. The thing is that one small piercing could give that person an insight into our world, you know, and that may be the catalyst for them to do the whole, you know what, I don't need to conform with society. I can go and, you know, keep doing what I want to do.
I believe that we have so many role models in the world who have already said, you know what, society, hello, I'm here, and I'm not moving from my spot because I have a right to do this to myself. There's a lot of people out there who need to hear those stories. Your story, my story, stories from other people around the world who have said, you know what, I took whatever I had to. I lost a lot. I sacrificed a lot in life myself to be able to be me, but it's all worth it. I don't care what it is. The only thing that's not worth sacrificing is my integrity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been through the same situation when I was younger, go through relationship breakdowns and all that, and you get all the family people doing the whole, hey, look, maybe you should try being normal, just take out your piercings. And I've done that once or twice, and I was miserable. You know, I got a regular job, I looked like everyone else, and I was miserable. And within a month or two, everything was going back in and moving forward, bigger and better. And it took quite a while. Like, I had large fallings out with my family when I was doing experimenting with suspensions and all that sort of stuff. I was being asked, you must be on drugs. You know, what are you doing that for? You've got a beautiful family. And it's like, well, no, it's no drugs at all. It's just a personal, very spiritual process. You know, I mean, if I can do this, then I can beat any of these other challenges coming my way. And it's taken them about 5 or 6 years, but they're slowly starting to realize, you know, that it's just my way of moving forward. You know, I'm not hurting anyone else. I've got amazing family, and yeah, you know, they still don't really understand it, but they're starting to accept that it's just the way that I live, and it's not really, it's not really hurting anyone.
Yeah, that's true. That's awesome.
So by the sounds of it, a way that people can help out, a way that they can get involved is head over to the page and comment, hey, I'm interested in helping out, what can I do? And maybe organize like going and talking to some people or anything like that. But mostly just coming to the page and saying, I'm here, what can I do to get the message out?
I think just by coming to the page and someone actually raising their hand and say, hey, I want to help make a difference is probably one of the biggest things they can do, is making that initial step and saying, I'm here. You know, because once again, they're going to go, Facebook as an example, everyone will say, so-and-so has liked this group here. Once again, out of all the people who see that, a few more may come along and see it. And it's just going to be that gradual rolling out of everyone becoming aware of us.
True. Yeah. That's very true. When people come to the page and visit it, a lot of times, I know personally who these people are, but a lot of times I don't. They're total strangers. They're people that I had no clue were even on Facebook, and they somehow, through someone else, somewhere in the world, found the page. That's what we need to happen in a grander, you know. We're like a volcano right now. We're just bubbling. We're just bubbling beneath the crust of the earth. Pretty soon we're going to explode.
Good. We're just basically building momentum, getting ready for that grand entrance.
One of the things that I just wanted to mention real quickly here, and this one will be quick, is that I think a lot of people know that I'm going through my own personal dual transformation, and I'm calling it metamorphosis. And I have a public page. I have a YouTube channel. I have Twitter. I've got Facebook. I have on and on. I've got a lot of like internet visibility out there. And the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm sharing my story with the world almost daily as it is happening, people are seeing this dragon that I'm becoming come to, become reality. And that's the experience that I want the world to have, my friends to see me. I don't want to just go into hiding and then 3 years later come out and say, well, I've got, I'm all tattooed now, and my friends missed all the experience. Because I'm doing this, I feel that I'm helping to educate society. That is my goal. And basically what Metamorphosis is, there's 52 people on the team. What Metamorphosis is a mini Mudwell. Mudwell is Metamorphosis multiplied times 7 billion.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ava and Rob, for joining us here on Skype. Links to everything, hopefully, mentioned in this talk will be down in the description, as well as links to Eva, and if Rob's got any personal pages or something he wants to send me afterwards.
Yep, not a problem.
The links will be to that. Also, make sure to check out our Facebook and subscribe. See you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, matey.